Hey everyone, John Lorden here. We're back with the full-blown Itchy Mysteries. Thank you for partaking in the little detour that we did last week, getting a little geeky with the review. This week, there's actually a little touch of geekiness in this review as well. I want to give a very big thank you to Tanya for recommending that I check out Missing Mom. And I caught this on Amazon. If you are a Prime subscriber, you can watch it for no additional cost. It was produced in 2016. If you're familiar with a film called Nintendo Quest, one of the people that worked on that film and was in it, his name is Robert McCallum. He is the main focus in Missing Mom. Essentially, well, let's start with the IMDb story synopsis first, and then we'll talk more about it. Filmmaker Rob McCallum hits the road with his brother Chris Byford in search of their mom, who's been missing for almost 25 years. Definitely sounds like something that fits the channel well, but this is not a traditional missing person situation. This is more of family dynamics that caused someone to separate from the family. Frequently in the missing persons cases we cover, though, we do have the question pretty frequently of, would a mother leave her children behind? And in this example, the answer there is a firm yes, that it certainly does happen. So there's a lot of things that you can look at in this film and kind of run parallel to some of the missing persons cases that we cover. And of course, watching Robert, and he has a co-director named Jordan Christopher Morris, who also appears as kind of a character in the film, watching them investigate and try to find his mother is really entertaining. I almost got this little hint of like Catfish. You know, one of the things that I love about Catfish is watching the dynamic between Neve and Max and the understanding of how they're going about their investigation. You get the same thing here, particularly with how they're going about their investigation. They really lay out for you what they're going to do, what they're going to try, the details that they're going to, try to shake out this information of where this lady is. And they really have a pretty good dynamic together, not anything comical or not, some type of magical chemistry, but they work really well together on screen. And one of the things that's a little bit of a knock for this film is Christopher Byford. When Robert brings his brother into the mix, for some reason, the chemistry just doesn't seem to work quite as well. I had the feeling that maybe Christopher was intimidated by the camera always being around. Maybe that was stilting how he was speaking a little bit. There are a couple scenes in particular that feel like Robert kicked on the camera and said, okay, look, we have to talk about this, this, and this. So let's just face each other and we're going to just shoot it right here and go. And we're just going to talk about this stuff. It just, a few of the scenes in particular felt kind of clunky. I didn't get that at all when it came to the scenes with Robert and Jordan. And on the flip side of that, one of the highlights of this film is the family interviews. Robert basically goes to all of his living family members, asking them about her, asking them about what happened. And the way that those interviews are edited together is extremely well done. I believe Robert is also the editor on here. They're definitely the highlight of the film for me. This is a film that really tugs at the heartstrings. If you've ever experienced rough family dynamics, I don't know who out there hasn't, you're going to be able to associate with some aspect of this film. I know I did on a really deep level and was really moved by some of the scenes that happen in it. It's entertaining. It's not, it's well filmed. There's not a bunch of awesome cinematography. There was nothing that really stood out for cinematography, nothing that really stood out for music. It's really about the story of these brothers trying to find their missing mother. So I really dug it. I'm definitely going to check out Nintendo Quest. I knew about it, but I haven't seen it yet. And that's kind of a fun aspect of this film is, Rob is wearing his Nintendo Quest sweatshirt in a couple of scenes. A couple scenes look like they're shot in his office and he's got all kinds of, geeky toys around him. When they talk about his past, they talk about how much he loved He-Man, and a friend of his, when he learned that Rob was moving away, gave him a battle damage He-Man Candyman, which, you know, for kids that grew up in the 80s, just really brings up a lot of nostalgia and memories in itself. It doesn't overpower the film in any way. It's just a very fun aspect of Rob's character that kind of shines through with the rest of the story that's going on here. Now, this film did win some awards. It's the winner of the Festival Prize at Atlanta DocuFest, the winner of the Festival Prize at Atlanta Underground Film Festival, and an Award of Merit winner at IndieFest Film Awards. I think for many of you out there, it's an enjoyable watch, particularly if you are interested in family dynamics and really tough conversations around hard things that families have gone through. If you don't have that piece, I know not everyone appreciates that type of dialogue. But like I said, for this film, those are pretty much the highlights. So if you don't want to hear about the interpersonal family dynamics that are going on here, might not be the best film for you. Do they find their mother? I'm not going to spoil it for you. You might want to check it out for yourself. Right now, it is rating a 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. I think they nailed it. I think that I would definitely give it a 7 out of 10. I could have easily scored it an entire point higher if Rob, who I believe did the editing, would have cut down and possibly cut out some of those awkward scenes with him and his brother and found some other way to share that information with us. And what's interesting is in some of the cases, the information's kind of redundant. Like his brother kind of says something in a scene before that works kind of well, but then they're in one of these scenes where they're talking to each other and they're just kind of regurgitating the same information. There was a few times when I was watching this film when I was like, why are they telling me that again? You've already told me that. I think you could trim 10 minutes out of this film and I would have easily bumped it an entire point higher and made it an 8 out of 10. But with all that being said, I think it's still a very worthwhile watch, a touching story, and I think many of you out there will appreciate it. So have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Once again, big thank you to Tanya for making the suggestion. And if you have a suggestion of your own, please feel free to put that in the comments below. Might be easier for me to see it if you tweet it to me at Lorden Arts on Twitter. But I'm always looking in all places and absorbing as much as I can. So I'm just trying to give you the best option for me to see it. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me on this itchy mystery. Hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you back tomorrow where we are going to continue our interview with Jeff Buziak about the murder of his daughter, Lindsay. Hope to see you there. Take care.